Asics just released its 2 greatest ever workout shoes, and I'm going to compare the two to find out which one is the best. So in my right hand I have the Superblast 2 Paris, and in my left hand the Magicspeed 4 Paris. Now both are conceived for workouts, but they feel super differently, and I wanted to feature these 2 shoes in particular because I feel like we need to talk about workout shoes, which are the most misunderstood footwear of 2024. Here's what I mean. By now, companies know how to make good racing shoes that sell. They're light, they have a carbon plate, and they're flashy enough to belong at the Met Gala.
I've been training my whole life for this moment.
Companies also know how to make good training shoes. They're comfortable, cushioned, durable, and a little boring. But workout shoes? That's the Wild West. Some shoe brands have gone huge and bouncy. Adidas has the Prime X2 Strung, whose stack height measures a whopping 50 millimeters. And then there's the Hoka Skyward X, which weighs about 4 ounces more than a standard baby. Now, those shoes are pretty supportive, but they're on the heavy side. Then, some brands have gone the other way and have made things that are more race car than pillow. Good job! The Brooks Hyperion Max 2 or the On Cloudflow 4 are good examples of that. They're lightweight, super fast, you feel the ground under you, but they don't offer that much support. And I understand the struggle of these companies as they try to figure out what people want on their feet when they're working out. Sometimes I want a big supportive shoe for longer runs, and other times I want something that's sleeker and faster. And I don't think a company has created a 1-2 punch that services both needs quite as well as Asics has with the Superblast 2 and the Magicspeed 4. So let's take a closer look at what these are. On paper, they're similar when you look at the weight, the drop, and the stack height, but the ground feel is completely different, and I think they're meant for slightly different things. So I'll give you my take on which one I think is better, what I like and dislike about both, and hopefully help you make a decision about which one you think is best for you. So let's start by comparing the midsoles. Now both of these shoes have what Asics calls FF Turbo Plus foam, which they also put in the Magicspeed Paris, so their best racing shoe. It's essentially a really bouncy, really lightweight foam that I quite like running on. But that's where the similarities stop. The Magicspeed 4 also has a carbon plate that's rigid right inside this foam, whereas the Superblast 2, under the first layer of foam, has a second layer of foam, a foam that Asics calls FF Blast, which is mostly there for a little bit more responsiveness and support. So as you can guess, this ride is a little bit more conservative, whereas with the Magicspeed 4, you kind of feel like you're on a racing shoe. Think of these 2 shoes as the middling parts of a spectrum from training to racing shoe. On the left, you have the Asics easy running shoe, the Nova Blast. And just right of that, you have the Superblast, which is basically the Nova Blast with bouncier foam. Then you have the Magicspeed, which has less foam, but a carbon plate. And then at the very end of the spectrum is the Magicspeed Paris, Asics' racing shoe, that's lighter and bouncier than all of them. The Superblast 2 feels something like the On Cloudmonster 2, the Nike Invincible Run 3, and the Hoka Skyward X. Basically a highly stacked shoe that still feels rigid upon landing. And then a big bonus here is that the Superblast 2 is actually a whole lot lighter than all of these other options. And as for the Magicspeed 4, it compares to not that much in the realm of workout shoes, because it's made a lot more like a racing shoe. 1 slab of foam, 1 slab of carbon, that's it. If anything, it reminds me of a minimalist racing shoe, kind of like a budget Magicspeed Paris, but also similar to the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4 and also the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. A minimalist, hard to the ground, fast shoe. Okay, so which shoe is better? I guess it depends on what you want. The Magicspeed 4 wins in terms of weight, though barely, and it's also cheaper, but the Superblast 2 has a bigger stack height. Whether that's a good thing or not, that depends on you. The bottom line is, if you want a shoe that feels like a racer, go for the Magicspeed 4. If you want your workouts to have the comfort of an easy run, go with the Superblast 2. Or you can get both and match them to workouts. So 20x400, Magicspeed. Progressive run, Superblast. Hill sprints, Magicspeed. Tempo run, Superblast. And okay, I promised that I would pick a favorite. And here, I actually have to go with the Magicspeed because I think it's just a rare type of shoe these days. You don't get many workout shoes that are so lean and mean, and I've come to love my workouts in them. So at the end of the year, we're gonna pick a best brand of 2024, and given these workout shoes, I think Asics is a front runner. What do you think? Who's the best brand of 2024 so far? Let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching.